Hello, Heather Freeman here. Today I am talking about, get ready for it, painted play. So, this is my free workshop all about play. So, welcome. This is for the beginner all the way to the seasoned artist. So, if you are wanting to connect with your inner creative, that creative voice inside of you, if you're wanting to let loose and play more, if you want to express yourself with paint and create artwork that you love, this is the place to be today. So this is behind the curtains, kind of behind the scenes of the process that I've created to get playing, stay playing, and have fun all the way through. And then I'm also sharing a special opportunity with Creative Play Your Way Ecourse a little bit later. So stay tuned for that. And I have a special surprise at the end to share with you. So, I love playing with paint. This is the place to be for me. This is my happy place. But it wasn't always the case for me. I definitely had to rediscover what that play meant to me. As a kid, I remember being, I knew what play was. I had no trouble playing, but the process of becoming an adult, I kind of grew, I forgot. I forgot. And so I had to rediscover what play was and what it meant to me. And, I was a stay-at-home mom. I had left my career as a public health educator and was the best decision of my life. Don't get me wrong. But something was missing. And it wasn't until the day that I took out some art supplies for my kids. They were young. They were like 3 and 6. And we needed something to do. And so I went into the closet. I grabbed what I could. I grabbed tape and paper and finger paint and a stapler. I remember a stapler in the mix and scissors and all kinds of stuff. Anything I could get my hands on, I brought it to the table, put it in a big pile, sat my kids up to the table, and they dove right in. They dove right in, like had no hesitation. They're like, all right, let's play. And I sat there for a moment. I was like, wow, like that piece, I realized in that moment that that piece was really missing for me. I was working hard, sleepless nights, and I had forgotten how to play. I was like, why are they getting to do this and I'm not? So that was a huge aha moment for me where I was like, I want some of that. So that's where I got back onto my creative journey and started painting again. And, but it wasn't so easy. I ended up taking a class. I found this beautiful woman in town who taught me how to paint a sunflower. And I loved getting to spend time. And I got out of the house. I just had a couple of hours with just her. So it was kid free, right? Mom time. But something was still not quite right. Like I made this beautiful sunflower. She taught me some amazing technical skills. She taught me how to see again. I had forgotten like really how to look at a sunflower and how to take a real sunflower and transform it onto a canvas. So she taught me some real practical technical skills, but something was still missing. And I realized, I needed to feel like I could take something inside of me and express it on the canvas all by myself. That was probably the biggest aha moment on my journey of, yes, I want to get painting again. I want to create. I want to make things. I want to do it all by myself. And so I needed a game plan. I needed something that I could rely on that, when I got stuck, I had a way out and I could move through that stuckness. I needed to keep it simple. I needed to make sense. I needed, minimum outside support. So I wanted to know that I could do this on my own. That was really, really important to me. And I wanted it to give me maximum play. So that's really what we're talking about today. Like I created this game plan with that in mind. And that's where my artwork transformed from, looking like maybe something that someone else had painted to really looking like something that came from me, and had my own unique mark and my own unique voice was landing on the canvas. So I want to show you one of the first paintings that I made. And you might look at this and be like, oh, what was that going on? What was she trying to do there? But for me, so here it is. So this painting has some kind of, more muted colors. But the result that I got from painting this, and me knowing that this was me and all of me, like I didn't have any guidance on this, totally created it from the intuitive process. The result I got was I showed this piece. Now, granted, it wasn't in a gallery, it was to my kids, but I showed it to somebody else. That was a huge result. And I got compliments. My kids, if you need, not to say easy compliments, but just some like a little boost of confidence, show it to somebody that, you can, most likely they're going to give you some happy vibes. And my kids were awesome. He's like, Mom, this is great. It's beautiful. So that made me feel super good. And I went from a wannabe artist, like I really wanted to do something creative, to starting to see myself. Yeah, I'm an expressive artist. I can just paint something and get it on the canvas. And so I could see myself as an artist. That was the result of making these first paintings. And look, it's not on a canvas. It's not even on paper. It's on a manila folder. So yeah, that was the result of me just totally diving into this process and totally having this game plan. So today is special because I want to share this process with you, right? But so let's start talking about supplies. So this is a manila folder. If you've got a manila folder and want to use something like this, go for it. We are talking basic. We are talking whatever you have on hand. Maybe you've been painting for a while and you've got some mixed media canvas paper. So I've got this too. I'm going to be working on this. But if you've got something in your recycling bin, like a manila folder, or if you've got an envelope from a piece of mail, perfect. If you've got a piece of paper from your computer printer, use that. We are keeping it basic, and as well as with, not only with the canvas that we're using, that's our, substrate, but with our paintbrushes. These are a couple of craft paintbrushes. One is a small, I'll show you this with a small round brush. See that better? Okay, and this one's a little bit bigger, medium. So 2 paintbrushes. They just allow me to get some different textures, make some different marks. This is my paper that I'm working on. It's a mixed media canvas paper. I love Canson. It is a thicker paper, so it takes a lot of beating. So I love to play with different paints and do all kinds of different techniques. So this is a good heavyweight paper. But if you've got computer paper, I've done stuff on computer paper as well. So I've also got, let's see, a couple of colors. I want you to pick 2 to 3 colors, whatever feels right for you. Just get in there and grab something, whatever, you feel drawn to. So I've got a yellow, a green, and a purple. These are craft paints. So paints that you can find at Michael's, Walmart, whatever big box store you have around. They're craft paints. And then I also have a black and a white. I use these a lot in my paintings. So no matter what color I'm using, I always have a black and a white. I tend to use a lot of those. And then I've got a couple extra things. So a couple of Sharpie markers, a black one and a white one. Okay. And that's it. So, paint and play for artists, it's a creative process which painters connect with their inner artist to paint an idea, to paint something that they're feeling, to paint an experience or a memory, to get that onto the canvas. And so I also wanted to show you, before we dive into our painting, some examples of that. So when you use this process, it can be used for any kind of painting. It can be a completely abstract painting. So when I say abstract, I'm talking smushes of paint and lines and doodles. The light is funky. All right, so this is like, you look at this and it's doesn't say anything in particular. There's no symbol here in particular. I'm not painting a bird, or this is completely abstract, which we're going to have fun with today. You can use this process to paint something more floral. Okay, we've got different layers going on here, different things under this that you can't quite see, but it gives it complexity. It gives it something interesting to look at. And so that is another place you can use this process. If you wanted to paint a figure, you can use it as well. And maybe a landscape. So I've got a sunset going on here. All different kinds of painting. And then I've got like a still life, so a vase of flowers. So these are all things that you can use this process when you are painting. And then, this process promises connection with your inner artist. It promises fun. It's all about the fun. And it allows the sharing of your authentic voice. Okay, so let's get to the play. I want to just get my things in order here, and I'm going to shift you around so you can see what I'm working on and follow along. Paint along with me if you'd like. So let's move this and get you down and get you focused on what I'm painting. Okay. Oh, in my paint, I wanted to show you this as well. So a couple extra things I have. I have a little tub of water. I have a paint palette. In my paint palette, I grabbed from my recycling bin. So that is there. And I've got a little paper towel so that when I clean off my paintbrush, I've got something to wipe it on. All right, so let's get out. Let's see, I think I'm going to start with my yellow. I just want to make sure. There we go. Okay. Got some yellow here. So painted play, what would your painting be about? And here's why painted play works. When you've got the problem of feeling unsure or you're feeling a little doubtful about, what you're doing, with painted play, there's no right or wrong. If you're feeling like your art supplies are expensive or they feel precious, you use what you have, right? And you use what you have, because then that takes away from feeling like you're wasting something or feeling like anything is too precious. We don't want that. If you're feeling overwhelmed, this process is all about baby steps and working with what's in front of you. If you're feeling confused, you are the one source for answers. So you have all the answers. So this process helps you find those answers. If you're feeling distracted, this process helps you focus with a clear intention in mind. And if that negative self-talk is creeping in, which it does for everybody, no artist can get away from the negative talk that happens. This process has techniques for positive self-talk that give you direction, so that help you and guide you to what that next step could be. So imagine having massive, easy play at the canvas. Imagine enjoying the process, feeling empowered by the process. Imagine having activated and energized that creative voice and making artwork you love. So the key to all of this is permission. So permission to play. Giving yourself permission to let go of perfection so we don't have to worry about the result. Letting go of expectations of what we think it should or shouldn't look like, or what anybody else thinks it should or shouldn't look like. Allowing yourself to experiment and explore so your creativity can unfold naturally. It's working in a non-judgmental and playful environment with a focus on personal expression with each brushstroke. And it's a process that allows you to learn to connect with more authentically with yourself, and connect with the present moment, right? That's so important. So the successful paint and play game plan is all about stepping up to the canvas, which we're doing right now, connecting with your inner artist, letting go of all your worries or limits and going for it, letting go of the idea of achieving a specific result, following your intuition, enjoying the process, and having fun. So, okay, let's paint. So we've kind of already gotten started, right, with stepping up to the canvas. We've got our canvas, we've got our paints, we've got our setup here. But let's talk a little bit more about that. So if you want to take a moment to pause this video, and you can, but I want you to think about, what does play mean to me? Okay, I'm going to see if I can type this into the broadcast here. What does play mean to me? So go ahead and pause this if you want. Take a moment, think about that. Think about what words come to mind when you think of play. I'm going to take, also got a ballpoint pen here. I'm going to take a second and think about like the sights and the sounds. Maybe some memories come to mind for you about play. Like, when was the last time you played? What were you doing? Who else was there? What was going on? Where were you? So think about what play is and what it means to you. For me as an adult, a play means a few different things. It means not worrying if it's perfect. It means not worrying that I do it the right way. And it definitely means not wondering if it's good enough. Play is about the fun, the process, the moment, and there's so much freedom in that. So I'll give you a little hint here. I found that the more fun you have at the canvas when you're creating something, the more in love you'll be at the end. So one of my favorite quotes is by Ralph Waldo Emerson. I'm going to pop it up here. It's live in the sunshine, live in the sunshine, swim in the sea, drink in the wild air. So I'm going to write this quote onto my canvas. And if you feel called to do this, I invite you to write this quote down too. So live in the sunshine, swim in the sea, drink in the wild air. I'm going to make some little symbol of some waves swimming in the sea. It's one of my favorite places to be. I don't know, I'm just doing some little doodles here. Just whatever my inner artist wants to do. Some little crazy stars. Live in the sunshine, swim in the sea, drink in the wild air. This really embodies play for me. All right, so I invite you to use this quote too, or whatever words or symbols or, writing down a specific memory that comes up for you about play. And the next step we're going to take is we're going to layer on some color. So I pulled out my yellow, and I am going to lay down some yellow. So there are 3 big mistakes I see people make with their painted play. Number 1, focusing on the result. Number 2, loosening up. And number 3 has to do with time. So number 1, let me just get that off there. Result. Number 1 mistake is the result. So most people still approach their artwork by thinking that what really matters is the end result and how their painting looks, and whether that's how it looks to them or how it looks to somebody else. And that is holding back the play. It's not always about the technique. It's not always about making something look like something else. With play, you get to let go of all that. Number 2, the mistake I see people make is loosening up. So really holding back on how much play is unleashed. So they're holding back and not really totally letting loose. And then the third mistake I see people make is with time. So, not giving themselves enough time to enjoy the process. Get some green on here. So it does take time to relax. You can't, it's a lot to ask of yourself to jump in to doing some painting and get into creative flow. So I'm just playing with this color here. I'm laying it down wherever I feel drawn to lay it down. So, and I've got some secrets I want to share with you. So let me scroll this down a little bit here. Give me a second. There we go. So the secret number 1 that I want to share with you, 3 biggest secrets to playing with paint. Number 1, let's add some purple here, I think. Yeah. Rinse this out. And let's do this. Let me play with some marks too. Oh yeah. Just kind of playing around, seeing what wants to come up. I have no idea. I had no plan for this painting. I just started painting. I don't know what it's going to turn out to be like. We could end up with some messy colors here. Some messy smudging. We'll see. Right now, I am super focused on the fun. Making marks, seeing what happens. Might get a little muddy, but that's okay. So the 3 biggest secrets. Number 1 is befriending the inner critic. So that critic is going to pop up. That critic that says, oh, these colors are getting muddy. They're getting ugly. You know what? Thank you for being there. Thank you for letting me, sharing that with me. But I'm going to keep painting and keep playing because I know there's more to this painting that needs to be said. And I'm not going to let that stop me. I'm not going to let you run the show. So the next biggest secret is embracing the mess. Okay, so this is getting a little muddy in here. That's okay. We can always, acrylic paints are awesome. They dry fairly quickly. I can always come back in, lay another color on top, brighten it up, make it pop, do whatever I'm feeling like it's missing. These are all opportunities to learn something new, figure out how to do something differently, figuring out what I like and what I don't like. So really embracing the messy parts allows you to find the beautiful parts and the parts that you love and allows you to move through the process. And the third biggest secret is regular play, like allowing yourself the time to keep playing, to have the practice to let go and see what happens. We get good at that by practicing and having that regular time. So I'm just doing some finishing touches, kind of adding in some white to make it pop in different areas. There's definitely parts here that need to dry more. So I'm kind of staying away from those at the moment. Get this pen working. Give it a little shake here. Ooh. Okay, add some little dots up here. Add some black. Ooh, and I've got a bonus secret. Is staying in the moment. So being present, and one example is making a mark and playing with that mark for as long as it feels good. So being present, staying in the moment. So really being in touch with that inner artist and that those feelings that pop up and being okay with like, oh, this is super fun. I'm going to keep doing this. Or, oh, I don't know, this doesn't feel as good anymore. So, being present in that moment and being able to respond to that is the last secret, little bonus secret I want to share with you when it comes to paint and play. Okay, that's kind of fun. So the result is a uniquely painted piece like this, right? I could either keep going, I could stop here. I am thinking I might finish it off with a little white. Show you how I use that. A little bit more. See what happens here. So far, you've learned why paint and play works and the secrets to successfully painting pieces that you can fall in love with and display with confidence. So can you see how painting your own works of art can easily boost your play and your joy and give you that freedom? So it's simple, but it's not easy. And where people get stuck is in, how to paint the next layer, knowing how much is enough, deciding what techniques to use, discovering what technical art skills are needed, figuring out how to create a composition, how to pull a piece together, and how to know when a piece is done, how to know when to finally put that paintbrush down. So listen, just because we're adults doesn't mean we don't have to stop playing. Our creativity is just as important now as it was when we were kids. So, we play today when we set our intention to play and gave ourselves permission to play. We played with layers, we played with color, we played with the mark, we played with some finishing touches. So my parting thoughts is there's always room for play so that you can share yourself and be the creative that is inside of you. So how do you keep playing? Well, this is where my creative play Ecourse comes into play. So, and I want to share that with you now. So, this is where you can continue on your creative journey with me by your side, where you can continue to explore this playful process and this playful part of yourself while you're receiving the support and guidance that you need to keep you staying present, keep you staying in the process of play, and keep you painting. So creative play your way is, let me add this up here. It's where I'm sharing the mindset for staying in the creative play zone, where I want to help you start and finish a piece of artwork that you're proud of, that speaks your truth, that you can say, yeah, this is me. I created this. That's what I want for you. It's my mission to always show you how to connect with your own inner artist so you can express that unique voice that you have inside of you. That is what makes this world so special, is when you share that part of yourself with the rest of the world. And I want you to feel that joy and that sense of freedom from painting your own pieces of artwork and loving your own pieces of artwork. So if you've been, wondering, what can I do? What more can I do? Well, this is it. This is what I created for you. So if you're craving creative time, if you, which creative time we all need anytime, right? But especially now, especially with everything that we are dealing with, creative time is even more important. So this is an open invitation to you. Join me and you can get in with me. I have a special VIP rate for you for this class. You won't see it anywhere else. I'm not publishing it publicly. This is just for you so you can play with paint. And we're going to keep it fun, of course. So here's the link. I want to post it here. thepaintedplayground.com/doors-open. That is the place where you can learn more and get signed up. Would love to see you over there. And you'll get creative play paint party. So paint party to kick things off and get things going. Weekly videos. So featuring easy to implement techniques and to help you let go, play, and enjoy that process so you can connect with your inner artist. It's got pick your play library of techniques so you can get inspired and play with composition and color and layers and design. Some painting exercises so that you can strengthen that connection with your inner artist. And weekly, it's got weekly email contacts with you. So check-ins for support. I want you to feel supported in this process. And I want you to feel like I am there for you. It's really important to me that you know that I am here if you need me. If you want to just watch the tutorials and do them on your own, that's fine. But if you also want some support and a little bit of encouragement and just a little bit of love along the way, That's me. That's what I'm here for. That's what I love to do. But I understand that not everybody wants it or needs it and just loves watching the tutorials and watching the videos, and that's all they need. But I also want you to know that you are supported in this process along the way. So those weekly email check-ins are there for just that. So everything you need, plus I'm gonna have some special surprises. I like to keep things fun and interesting and exciting. So you will hear from me about those when you join. And I just wanna say thanks for joining me here today. I hope this workshop gave you permission to play. I'd love to see you in Creative Play Your Way, of course. Check out the class if it sounds interesting to you. You can get in for that VIP rate. For friends only of the Painted Playground. And when you'll sign up, I have a special bonus for you. So it's the Perfectionist Creative Guide to Letting Go and Having Fun while playing with paint. So we're going to cover, once you register, you'll get this extra mini training inside the course, and it'll allow you to help you to really unravel the whole perfectionist mindset and keep you in the creative flow that you're desiring. So I'll share with you some tried and true exercises and painting prompts for getting into and staying fully present in that creative process. So thank you for joining me, and we'll see you next time. Okay, bye for now.